Hello, and welcome to the Introduction to IT Project Management course. While there are a variety of applications of project management, and it can add value to almost any organization, this video and this course focus on applying project management in the information technology sector. In this video, we'll be discussing the definition of project management, waterfall project management methodologies, Agile project management methodologies, and how the two main methods of project management compare and contrast with one another. To get started, let's talk about project management and what it entails. Before we dive into the video, though, I want to show you the diagram of project management processes we'll be referencing and walking through in this course. This is simply one way to weave waterfall and agile project management methodologies together. There are numerous ways to manage projects, but this course will be utilizing this specific type of hybrid project management. According to the Project Management Institute, or PMI, project management is the use of specific knowledge, skills, tools, or techniques to deliver something of value to people. Now, this description may be vague and quite open to interpretation, but it's necessary as it leaves room to accommodate the vast variety of projects out there. The PMI continues to say that all projects are temporary effort to create value through a unique product, service, or result. All projects have a beginning and an end. They have a team, a budget, a schedule, and a set of expectations that the team needs to meet. Projects can include activities like building a new highway, to developing a software application, to conducting research. The temporary nature of projects is important and deeply affects how projects are managed. So let's talk about the traditional way of managing projects, the Waterfall Method. When using Waterfall methodology to manage projects, the temporal nature of projects is linear. In essence, tasks are completed one after another in a sequential pattern. Forbes goes on to define waterfall as a linear project management methodology. The model typically includes 5 or 6 independent phases, and each phase relies on the deliverables of the previous phase. You need to complete each phase before moving on to the next one. The phases of waterfall project management typically are listed as some variation of initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing. Although there are alternative lists of phases, we'll be using these 5 phases as the basis for our definition of waterfall and dive deep into each of the phases later in this course. Now let's discuss a little bit of a different way of breaking down projects. Agile project management. Agile project management. There are several types or flavors of Agile, and in this series we will be focusing on Scrum. This methodology takes the time aspect of projects and focuses on small, constant time boxes for each portion or iteration of the project. Instead of having an entire product or a new road as the scope, or what's included in the project, a 1 to 4 week increment is defined as a sprint. By the end of this sprint, a completed sprint goal is expected to be delivered. This goal can be a set of features for a software product, a series of tasks for a marketing project, or whatever the appropriately sized work fits as the sprint goal. In Scrum, sprints are repeated and the goals adapt to the changing needs of stakeholders, shifting needs of customers, and the ever-developing markets that organizations live in. Regardless of the length of a sprint, each sprint has 4 main events: sprint planning, the daily Scrum, sprint retrospective, and the sprint review. While these two methodologies are distinct and have their own pros and cons, many organizations opt to use a combination of the two rather than adhere to one completely. We will be discussing both Waterfall and Agile Scrum in greater detail in later videos, as well as one approach for how to use the two in conjunction. This course will cover a deep dive into the 5 phases of project management. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.